Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. Remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. Well, hokey smokes, I have not been outside yet today, and it is turning my head 12:51 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time or Pacific Time. I can't remember if we're in Daylight Time right now or not. I never know. Yay. And I have not been outside. I had therapy, and usually I have one of my showers on Thursday. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I try to line things up. So I haven't been outside yet. Yay! But it's supposed to be really hot, really sunny out there. Oy vey. So I'm going to be going out there later on, and that'll be a good thing. Now, one of the things I did yesterday is I went to my storage unit to drop off some of the games that I have and to pick one up, because I'm still doing the whole rotation thing, which is I'm playing the things that I have, but also I'm taking one of them, taking it to my storage unit per month, and then grabbing one of them that was there and bringing it out, so that I'm rotating through my stock of things. One of the games that I took there was Space Marine Adventures, which I had won twice and is still a good game. And I'd like to play that one for the channel. I can't remember what oh yes, it was, I now have one deck dungeon and one deck dungeon forest thing. Both of those are now here. I brought that back. But I also, at the foot of my bed, set up and played one of my other games. Now I have a table over here. I thought things were going to fall, and it was just the lid of this thing that I'm talking about. I have a table over here that I got to play games on, but because these places are so small, I also put things on it. So generally, if I want to use the table for a game, I spend about a minute transferring things from there to the bed, and then when I'm done, from the bed back to the table. Like I said, it takes about 60 seconds for everything, and then it's done. It's like my tea. You know, I reach over here, and I've got my tea boxes, such like that, stored over here. Nothing special, just little stuff like that. But I set it up on the foot of my bed because the game SKOVENTYR does not really have a defined board per se. What it has, where did I put it? Over here, is a bunch of trees that you set up in a ring. Anywhere from 6 to 8 of them. You can have smaller numbers if you want to make it really difficult, or 8 maximum for a really, really easier game. Then what you do is you set up, and I've showed this off before, but I want to show it off again because I like playing with the little fiddly pieces. There's Garmleerig, the devil, who's chasing Vogter, the guardian, the little badger, around the forest. And you're on the tree cards, which does not show your actual distance from the devil. It is just how a representation of how close the devil is on your tail, how much the clues are. You know, it's not like, oh, he's 10 feet away from you, or he's 50 feet away from you. No, it's, well, on the other side, it's you're running through the woods and not leaving any clues behind you. So you're the little badger and you're racing around, and it's good. And you have to draw cards, and on these cards are little costs for them, but also you're trying to set down your allies in the forest, because you have minions of the devil that have to be defeated, and then you've won if you defeat all the minions. You defeat the minions by getting your allies hidden away in the forest. Now, Vogter has a whole bunch of little moves that he can make, and one of them is position, where you take an ally from your hand and then you put it on a tree. And then from that point on, only those allies can be used in the forest. Every other card has to stay in your hand and be discarded. But if you discard a card, the second half of this cost comes into play. Because if you can discard a card and do that, whereas when you pick up a card, you have to do the first one. Now, this just means you pick up an ally from the allies list front of your card deck and you put it at the bottom. Most of them have a negative repercussion for you picking them up as allies. Now, a Garmley Eric card, well, that one is an automatic bad things happen. The devil moves one tree closer. And you have to automatically put the card on the bottom of the deck. You can't hold it in your hand. You have to do it, get rid of it. Well, last night, while I was racing around with all of my, not Garmley, while I was racing around with all of my various types coming up, I kept putting them into the forest, and when I had two allies, that took care of one of the minions. Another two allies, that took care of the last minion of that type. Then there was ones with 3, then with 4. But still, I had times where the only card that I could do was going to bring the devil right onto the badger card. But if you don't want to pay the cost, you can draw a card to do a risk thing. If you come up with this card, the devil moves one tree closer to you automatically. If you draw another one, well, nothing happens. So a few times it was sheer luck going, oh, this could be it. Oh! But got all around, defeated all the minions, and escaped from the devil. The spirit of the forest lived on. So all what I'm trying to say is that's a fun game. So I have played this a couple times. And I've only gone through one full game, but it was good. And the person who made it says, if you're playing solo, you should be winning 3 out of 4 of your games. So, thumbs up for that. I just wanted to bring that up because it was fun. That's why I got the games, so I can talk about them, so I can have fun with them, so that if you like them, you can search them up and get them yourself. So, thumbs up for that. Past that, have not done much. Have played some computer games and have gone out for walkies. And I'm trying to be more healthy with my diet. I have once again managed to cut the worst of the garbage out of my diet. I gotta try to get all of it out of my diet because, yeah, I gotta get my weight down. Oh, that 220. I don't like being 40 pounds over what I consider to be my best weight. So, yeah. And exercising with all the walks that I do and the smaller amount of exercise because I don't have chairs, yeah, my body is not burning any extra exercise, is not burning any extra calories because it's gone to a heterogeneous state. If you start exercising and you burn a lot of calories, once you level off, you go back to just burning a normal amount of calories. Unless and until I go out and exercise a whole lot more than I do, I'm not going to burn any extra calories on my walks. So yeah, I really got to go back into starvation mode because if I eat more than 1 can of chili and something else a day, I don't lose weight. I gotta starve myself to lose weight. So time to start starving myself. Don't worry, I'm not going to starve myself. I actually, as much as I have my weight up, I suffer and struggle with anorexia. And I have struggled with that hard, and it's not good, it's not fun. So yeah, I'm going to be careful, don't worry. I can say that though. I can say it. Words are easy. Past that, today I am just going to continue doing what I can, watching videos, playing some games that I can play well, going out for walks when it's not horrific outside. I, as stated, have not been outside yet, but when I did do a weather forecast look for this area, we're under a heat advisory. We're going to be real close to 100 out there, and we've been close to 100 and hit 100 before without being under a heat advisory, and we're under a heat advisory. So I'm not quite sure what the full details on that are. I should probably check up on that before I go out walking. if when I step outside, it is too hot, I am not going to go out there and walk. I am older, and older people are very susceptible to heat. And I don't want to die from heat. So if I do go out, I am going to make sure I am well hydrated. I'm going to coat myself in sunscreen. This part of my arm, you can't really, well, you can see a little bit the difference. That's not good. I don't like being dark up here, down in here, and then fish belly white up here. I'd rather just be fish belly white because tanning is scar tissue. And I don't want to get, skin cancer. Yay! Past that, I've also been thinking of my creative stuff on the solo RPG setting, which I can't remember if I said this part. I work on a million different parts of all this stuff, thinking on to the point that, the Goya, us, on this setting, they use an equivalent term for the world that's like, soil, earth, land. They don't really, greater thing like that. Over in Carthcog, there is the metaphysical of the land and the actual physical, the land. That is how they think of the world, as just the land. It is an old Dwaylan word from a language that they don't even speak anymore. Only a handful of words from that language has survived. The word Shensha is what they use for world. But Shensha is the equivalent of mud or soil from that older Proto-Dwaylan language. And so, there you go. Yay, some of the stuff that I think about. What does it matter? Nothing. Nothing at all. On the other hand, one of the things that I've also worked on, because I talked the other day, maybe even yesterday, about how on Carthcog, the people there, they also refer to some things as Ajak. And that's dangerous and frightening, but not corrupting. Likely to kill you if you're not careful, but not dark. Not something that's going to lead you places you shouldn't go. You can play with this stuff without worrying about being zapped by the land for corruption. There are 3 levels of Ajak. And the way I've thought about it, to look at it, is if it's like an insurance company. If you're not in an Ajak area, your insurance policy might be $10 a month. But if you go into an area that's just Ajak, like the organic forest, all of your contemporaries outside there are going to be paying $10 a month. You're going to be paying about $35, $45, maybe $50 a month. Not so much you can't pay for it. Not enough to say, we're trying to dissuade you from getting the insurance, but dangerous enough that they really need to get those policy numbers up higher. And if something happened while you were there, they'd come get you. And it wouldn't be hard, they'd send like an ambulance or whatever, and you'd be okay. If it was really rough, you might be asked to pay for some of it, but on the whole, community resources are going to take care of it. The organic forest, where the settlement of Nagrat is, where Connor and all the adventures take place, is Ajak, but just that. If something is Ajak Ankar, that's a bit more. If you are going back to the insurance terms, if you go into a place that is Ajak Ankar, you're going to be paying about $150 a month in insurance premiums. They're not trying to punish you. It's just kind of, if they don't, they're going to be losing money. And for an insurance company, they're not going to do that. So they raise the rates up enough to pay for it. If you apply, it's going to take time. There's going to be some serious cost analysis, but eventually you get it. You're just going to be paying out the nose for it. And to put it in the other terms, if something happened and they needed to rescue you, they would do it. They would rescue you. But they would charge you every single penny that it costs to rescue you, and they would round up while doing the accounting calculations to find out how much you're going to be paying for the rescue. Effectively, you know, you can go there, but the signs are saying as long as you stay within the safe zones, you should be fine. If something is Ogranic Nargai, well, that's different. If you go in to your insurance company and say that you'd like to have the policy because you're going in there, you'll be asked to go see the manager. And when you do, he's going to have your policy on the desk, and there's going to be your account called up on the monitor. And looking you dead in the eyes, that manager is just going to pick up your contract and tear it in half and then reach over and delete your account, and then you will be escorted off the facility grounds. And to put it on the community resources, if something happens to you when you're there, well, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Your rescue policy is don't need rescue services while you're there, because ain't no one gonna come out and get ya. So the organic forest itself is just Odjuk. This abandoned city place, well, that's Odjuk Nargai. Is that the way I've got it? I can't remember. My brain keeps flipping between Nurgai and Nargai and just all sorts of different ones, but it's that. So I think about things. Yay! Are they important things? No. But I do think of things. So thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, if you have watched this far, if you could write Eric into the comments, that would let both me and the YouTube algorithm know that people actually do watch the videos. I hope you do enjoy. I hope that you have had fun watching. I'm going to spend the rest of my day editing, rendering, uploading, playing with this, going for walkies, going to bed, and then starting it all over again tomorrow, except no therapy because it's Friday. Hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done, and if you can't, please do not beat yourself up. If you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up and thank you. You are beautiful and awesome. It is greatly appreciated. Without your help, things would be a lot more difficult. So thumbs up, thank you, greatly, greatly appreciated. If you've left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. You are beautiful and awesome as well. I've tried my best to answer as many comments as I can, and while I can't answer as many as I'd like, I have been doing my best. So thumbs up, thank you. It is appreciated. Well, hey, I hope you can get done what you would like to get done. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. There's times that I actually do, it makes me not upset, but I'm irate at life because of my vision and all that, I need like the 10-inch tablet. I carry around a 10-inch tablet, but they don't make holders for 10-inch tablets. They make holders for, you know, phone type things and phone type tablets on like tripods for clamps. So if I wanted to record something easily, I need to get a smaller tablet, but I don't like the smaller tablets because they're harder to see and use with my sausage fingers. Oh, first world problems. You take care and have a great day.